They told her she was too quiet, too different, too distant. They told her she didn't fit the mold, that she didn't laugh at the right jokes, that she didn't walk with the crowd. But what they failed to see was that her silence was her weapon, her difference was her edge, and her distance was her strength. A Sigma female doesn't need a stage to shine, she doesn't need a crowd to validate her worth, and she doesn't need the world to understand her rhythm because she creates her own. And in that truth lies one of the most profound realities. The Sigma female is not just unique, she is neurodivergent in her essence, wired differently, thinking differently, thriving differently. While others follow the patterns of conformity, she sees the world through a sharper lens. And that is what makes her unforgettable. When we talk about the Sigma female, we're not speaking about a woman who simply breaks rules. We're speaking about someone who doesn't even acknowledge the rules exist. She has her own compass, her own standards, her own vision of success. And for every person watching this right now, understand this. If you've ever felt like you didn't fit in, if you've ever felt like your mind worked differently, if you've ever felt like your energy doesn't match the crowd, that isn't a weakness, that is your greatest strength. And before I continue with this deep truth, make sure you subscribe our channel, Next Gen Emotive, so you never miss the kind of mindset shifting content that fuels growth, independence, and unstoppable confidence. Now let's break down the very reasons why a Sigma female is at her core neurodivergent. The first reason is her refusal to conform. While society thrives on groupthink and majority approval, the Sigma female lives outside of that circle. Her brain is wired to challenge rather than accept, to question rather than nod. She cannot simply digest the opinions of the majority, she must process them, dissect them, and only then choose her own path. The second reason lies in her independence. Most people need constant validation, a stream of likes, applause, reassurance. The Sigma female finds her validation internally. That's not just strength, it's wiring. Her reward system is different. She thrives not when others see her worth, but when she knows in silence that she's living authentically. That kind of inner fire is rare, and it doesn't come from ordinary thinking. The third reason is her intense perception. Sigma females see patterns others miss. They notice the unspoken. They read the air, the body language, the subtle energy in a room. Where most people get lost in noise, she hears the music hidden beneath it. This depth of perception is what separates her from the crowd, and it's why she often feels out of place. Because the truth she sees is deeper than the surface-level world most people are trapped in. Fourth, she thrives in solitude. For many, being alone feels like punishment. For her, it feels like liberation. That's not typical, it's a trait of neurodivergent wiring. Solitude fuels her creativity, her strategy, her clarity. While others crumble without company, she builds empires in silence. Fifth, her relationships operate differently. She doesn't bond with the shallow, and she cannot fake connections. Neurodivergence means she seeks depth. She would rather have one authentic bond than 1,000 empty ones. To some, this makes her cold, but in reality it makes her rare. She values authenticity over popularity, truth over pretense. The sixth reason is her resilience. A Sigma female doesn't merely survive storms, she learns to dance in the rain. Neurodivergent minds are wired to adapt in unconventional ways, to find creative solutions in chaos. When the world falls apart, she doesn't wait for rescue, she builds her own ladder and climbs out. Seventh, her creativity flows in nonlinear streams. While others think in straight lines, she thinks in webs and constellations. Her ideas come from places few dare to explore, and that makes her a pioneer, not a follower. The world may not always understand her art, her vision, her unconventional brilliance, but that's because she is ahead of her time. Eighth, she rejects superficial definitions of success. For the average person, success is money, status, applause. For her, success is freedom, authenticity, impact. That neurodivergent lens allows her to detach from society's trap of conformity and instead carve a path that is uniquely her. Ninth, she operates with emotional intelligence that is often underestimated. She may not express emotions the way society expects, but she feels them deeply, processes them uniquely, and transforms them into fuel for growth. That emotional depth sets her apart. making her both powerful and misunderstood. And finally, the 10th reason, she lives unapologetically. A Sigma female doesn't shrink to fit, she doesn't bend to please. Her neurodivergence gives her the courage to stand tall in a world that constantly demands conformity. She doesn't ask permission to be herself, and that is the ultimate power. Now think about this for a moment. In a world where people are trained to follow, conditioned to obey, and wired to seek approval, the Sigma female is the outlier, the exception. And isn't that what true greatness looks like? Every pioneer, every visionary, every leader who changed the course of history was once labeled different, strange, too much, or too little. But that difference was never a weakness, it was their crown. So, if you are watching this and you resonate with even one of these truths, take pride in your divergence, take pride in your uniqueness, because the very thing that makes you feel like an outsider today is the thing that will make you unforgettable tomorrow. The Sigma female embodies that truth. She doesn't walk with the crowd because she is destined to lead in ways the crowd will only understand years later. Don't ever let anyone convince you that your difference is a flaw. It is your fire. Don't ever let anyone box you in with their limited imagination. Your wiring is not broken, it's advanced. And when the world tells you to tone it down, that is the moment you should rise higher, because history was never made by those who blended in, it was made by those who stood out. A Sigma female may be neurodivergent, but that is exactly why she is powerful, why she is magnetic, why she is unstoppable. And if you carry even a fraction of that energy within you, then it's time to stop apologizing for it and start embracing it. The future belongs to those who dare to be different, and you, with your strength, your fire, your unapologetic authenticity, you are the future.